Johnny.
Yeah. Shit these guys say on stage is insane. I think you got a little bit of it last night.
Yeah,
Did you say anything crazy last night?
I don't think so, but I
But
just...
the night before, you fucking, that was, oh, I'm sorry, we had children.
No, I don't see any
What
children.
was all that ass fucking reference about?
Well,
I just caught the tail end of that.
I'm just trying to make
Like,
you
what the
happy.
hell are you talking about? You're trying to alienate half of the audience.
I think that's what you fucking brought me here for.
What? To be racist and gay?
And the Q&A is up those lightning stars. I didn't know it was going to be that kind of
I thought you wanted a Nazi.
No, that's my old band, babe.
George.
There's another point.
Let's talk about your band.
Oh, that's not fucking weather. I'm sorry. You did it.
When are you going to start a band called Dump the Chump?
Huh?
When are you going to start?
No.
I thought you told me that.
No, Dump the Chump. I might have been drunk. But the name Lynch Mob originally was, we had an experimental name because we were just testing the waters when we were on touring. We wanted to see how, before the record came out, how the record played in front of an audience. So we had a kind of a proxy name that we used, which I guess I'm not supposed to say. Were you just saying I couldn't say it? Or?
No, it's up to you.
Gay black Nazi writers for Christ. Anyway, people were really disappointed because they expected, you know, all kinds of regalia and a show. We were just like these guys with big hair. So it was kind of disappointing because, you know, it's a big expectation when you hear a name like that. You know, you expect the whole thing, right? Yeah. That was going on. It was just hair metal. Anyway, so we had to change it to something less offensive, which is Lynch Mob. I'm sorry.
So is this the last show?
Well, define
I know
last.
he wants to keep working.
Define last.
I know these guys want to keep working.
Yeah.
So then the context of
I mean, I was reading that this was supposed to be the last show of Monsters
Is
Around.
this a sanitary mic? I just thought about it.
Too late.
I'm dead. No, we have a couple of stragglers. We got, but this is Thursday's Jimmy's last show with us. I know this. I almost literally he gave a speech.
Not by my doing, just so you know, okay?
Whatever. You could stay in the band, but you choose to go play with.
Well, Jimmy, in your context,
The Jimmy DeAnder Experience, I think, is the name of his new band.
it's
He's
a
joining Outcast.
scheduling conflict, yes? Pretty much?
The star of Jimmy's new band, the Jimmy DeAnder Experience, is Jimmy's jacket.
It's gonna be a fist fight in 2 minutes here. You guys, your cameras are.
Well, we got Will. He knows martial arts, so he can start.
I like to de-escalate. It's just the way.
It's a Sumanor. Don't fuck with this guy.
No, I remember you telling me a story that was really funny. You were telling me that you were at an airport and they brought you in because they thought maybe you had bombs or something in the bag. Do you remember this?
No.
Maybe you were drunk. But the moral of the story is learn how to play Stairway to Heaven. Does it ring a bell?
Oh. Oh, yeah. Hold on. Oh, where was that? I can't remember exactly, but yeah. What?
Turkey.
Germany?
Oh, I was with my daughter. She's on the boat. She's growing up now, and she has a.
Maybe we can interview her instead. She knows the story.
No. Oh, I had some pedals that were made out of old World War II parts, and you know, just, and they thought it might have, and yeah, it was Hungary or something, and they go, they pulled me and my daughter off the plane, and they said, and they, you know, went through all my stuff, the police and all that stuff, and they were like, they weren't going to let us fly back to America, and they said, you know, they thought all that stuff was bomb-making material or something. So yeah, that's pretty scary. But yeah, it was just some old pedals.
Oh, they did? I thought they brought you in a room and they made you set it up.
Oh, that's right. They wanted to make sure it was actually a pedal, so they made me play through it. And then the guy goes, play something. He wanted to make sure I was a professional and not just faking it. And I don't know any songs. I don't know any cover songs. I've never been in a cover band, so I can't play Stairway. And he asked me to play Stairway to Heaven, I couldn't play it. And then he took the guitar and he played it. Was he a professional? I'm not very good, are you?
moral of the story is you know how to play Stairway to Heaven.
I always know how to play Stairway to Heaven.
Who's got questions for George?
For me,
Yeah, let's open it up to the,
I take
let's
that.
open up to the cruise boat, sure.
Let's be honest. Let's put it this way. They want to ask questions to George, and that's okay.
I saw his angle first.
All right, question over here.
Hey man, hope you're doing well. My question is, how did the kamikaze guitar come to be?
The kamikaze guitar?
Yes, how did it come to be, George? You still own it.
Kamikaze. Oh, that was the first ESP? Yeah, I was on tour with Doc and signed up with ESP and then had this meeting and it was just, we were just riffing and spitballing and airballing and just coming up with ideas. And I was just, you know, this thickness, this wood, these features, this graphic, this headstock, this and that, this and that. It all happened like in an hour. And then they built it and, you know. And I think it's pretty iconic in the sense, and I don't want to pat myself, but it's just like, it is one of those things that's like, well, there's Les Paul, there's Strat, and there's a couple other things that matter way, way less, but they're still kind of in their own little niche, and I think that's one of those guitars.
Nice.
Chardonnay is too, of course, and other things, but it's in the mix.
What was your first guitar?
A St. George.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sears?
So, I had a Sears. No, I never got a Sears. No, it was a St. George, and then I had a T-Star.
Still have it?
No, of course not. None of us had our old Sears guitars.
I can't believe it.
That's a great question.
Yeah. Well, I talk to Jaron all the time. He's my hometown.
Well, talk to it.
Yeah. So, Jaron, what's it like playing with Lynch Mob?
Horrifying.
Really?
Not so much the playing, but what's going to be said between the songs.
Keeps you on your toes, right?
Always, yeah. It's a good challenge.
Well, he's from Jersey, so he's going to be fine all the time.
Can handle it.
Yeah, that's right.
Question back here. Question back here.
Hi, George. Yeah, do you still have your original Kramer guitars?
No, I don't have any original anything. No, I don't believe in holding on to stuff. You know, I don't have gold records or pictures of myself on the wall or anything like that. Or old magazines.
He puts everything on the merch table.
I said I do because I'm
That's not a joke.
Did the Lynch Mob close out discount sale?
Yeah, right.
Question?
No discounts.
Yeah, what am I thinking?
No, it's triple the price.
All right, question back here.
Question for Jimmy, because hopefully he'll shoot the truth versus that guy there. The cop car story, letting him out in front of the rainbow, is that, how much of that is true and how much of that is fictional?
100% true.
It's all true.
It's 100% true. And the reason that was amazing because I had never talked to him about it. I never told him that story until I was in the band, and I forgot about it for a long time. And one of my buddies reminded me. He said, "Remember we let George out of the cop car?" And I was like, "Oh my God, that's right, we did." And then so on stage one night, I told the story, and George literally looked at me and was like, because he remembered that he was fucking going to jail.
Why don't you share it for everybody that doesn't know?
No.
Oh,
So when I was about 15 years old, and everybody used to go to the Sunset Strip and just walk around and just be knuckleheads because we couldn't get into the clubs, so we were hoping to get a glimpse of Eddie Van Halen walking out, or maybe George Lynch getting arrested. And so as we were pulled up to the Sunset Strip, you could see literal like lights all up and down the street, cop cars, ambulances, you know, fucking helicopters. I mean, it's literally, it's mayhem. It's. I thought there was a bomb or there's something really atrocious that happened. It did happen. And so as we got there, you know, we could only get so close to the rainbow, but further back by the Roxy in the front there was cop cars, and then we're standing just looking, trying to see, and then my buddy taps me and goes and he points down, and I look down, and it's George in the back of the cop car. And he looked at me and he goes, "Open the door." And I opened the door. And George got out and ran up the hills behind the rainbow. And got away.
Yeah.
We're all checking in, for sure.
Arrest him!
Trust security.
Arrest him!
That's mine.
Question here in front.
Thanks, Will. So, yeah, that's for you, George. Even though you're gonna wrap up touring, do you still plan on Mr. Scary Guitarist for a while? And is the haircutting story with Ozzy true? Was Sharon upset because you cut your hair because you had a day gig or something?
Yeah, I was driving a liquor truck, lots, and it was a good job. Actually, I loved it. And but I had cut my hair, so when I got the call for Ozzy, I showed up with short hair. They didn't like that. But what was ironic was when Ozzy came to my room to complain about me about the length of my hair, he was bald. And I go, dude, I mean, it's really not about that. I could buy a wig. And that didn't work.
So the job that you were delivering liquor for made you cut your hair?
Yeah, it was part of the job. It was a union job. I worked for Gallimore and I worked for another company. But I got the job because I was the only white guy that would take the job in the bad areas. You know, I don't say bad areas, but you know, it was like more dangerous. Right. But I loved it. Actually, it was really interesting. Beautiful.
So you were auditioning for Ozzy and delivering alcohol.
Oh yeah, that's great. And because
That's how he met Ozzy.
and I, you know, when I had to quit my job, you know, or whatever, you know, and we had 2 kids, we were in an apartment, living in an apartment, and my wife and I, and you know, we didn't really have anything, and so we had like a '73 Pinto station wagon, and so, you know, I mean, so it was a big gamble for me to quit my job and go out on this, but it was an opportunity of a lifetime. And they go, you just gotta go to England and Ireland and then go to Texas and rehearse and then go to LA, Hollywood, and then you gotta do this and you gotta do that. It was a month. So it was rehearsals and I play with them at sound checks and tour with them just to get a feel for everything. And Brad Gillis had shown me the ropes and all that. And then,
Wait, so this is when Brad was doing
he was leading. And and we just wanted, Wendy Dio kept pounding Ozzy and Sharon. I got this guy, I got that guy. And we just get, and so they go, we just want to check out this one more guy, George. You got it for sure. Don't worry about it. And then we're at SIR in Hollywood one night, and there's some other guitar players up on stage playing. One was Jakey, and he looked amazing, you know. And I didn't look amazing back then. I do now. But he had this like Michael Jackson leather with the buckles, hair down to his ass. He had all the moves, doing all these tricks. He played like shit, didn't know the song. Self-admittedly, he said, and he was not good, but they didn't care. They just wanted that look Sharon wanted. So
She would have been a little more than that.
So they came, and I think they made part of that decision, but they came over to me. It's just the way they did it. It was like, I could already understand every what Ozzy says because it was like some mouthful of marbles. But basically, we don't use you. We got somebody else who's looking the other way. They just walk out. And I'm like, what? And so I got in the car with my wife. And I think I've just been fired. So we had to drive home. So we got in our Pinto, and it broke down. That day, you don't have AAA or anything.
Well, you have kids.
Yeah, we got kids. My mother-in-law was watching.
But you're keeping the liquor job, right? You still got
No, I didn't have a liquor job. I lost my job. And then when we got home, we finally got our car working. We got home at 2 a.m. We got an eviction notice on our apartment. And interestingly, this is really kind of a strange caveat. Across the street from our apartment, we were so depressed and we were just like, you know, we let the kids stay at mom's house that night. So, and there was something going on across the street. There was a funeral party. And we're like, what the hell is it, a party or something? So we just went over there. We invited. There's all these people. It was Karen Carpenter's wake. And she was lying in state in her casket with sticks in her hands, because she's a great drummer. And they were playing like this loop of her drum solos and stuff. It was crazy, and I looked at her, and what was interesting about that, I'm sorry to monopolize the mic here, but real quick, because one thing's leading to another, but Before that job, I had a job long before that, selling vacuum cleaners door to door.
Kirby?
No, Electrolux. And I carried all day. I'd walk up and down the neighborhoods till 5 o'clock till they picked me up. I didn't have a car. And I had this short-haired wig, because I had long hair, so I had to wear a short-haired wig. And I had a shampoo,
Is there a director in the house?
no. But anyways, I had all this equipment, and I had people, these fucking housewives, they made me fucking shampoo their whole house and vacuum upstairs.
With your short
They
wig.
would never buy anything. I never sold one fucking vacuum cleaner. I always had to walk away to my husband to get home. What time's that fly off? Of course. Hope you like your new clean house, bitch. And then I knocked on this door. They dropped me off in Downey, because I lived in Paramount. They dropped me off in Downey, and I was in this big house. And I go, oh. And then Karen Carpenter opened the door.
Oh, wow.
And I fucking almost sold a vacuum to Karen Carpenter. And then she died, and I went to her funeral. That's
On the same day you found
Dude, I had a really interesting life.
Is there a connection there? There's a connection there.
Yeah, we should have got Karen Carpenter on day instead of you. Since
No, you weren't lying when you said she was an amazing drummer.
yeah, she was.
Did you ever see that thing she does with Sammy Davis? And unbelievable.
No.
Yeah.
Oh,
Emulated the whole Keith Moon thing. It's
oh
crazy.
my God.
Well, you were at her funeral, so.
What about the Mr. Scary guitar? Did you do that?
Oh yeah, of course, full bore. I got a shop in LA and a shop. Now I just put a shop together in Mexico. So yeah, as soon as I get home, I'll get full bore. So if anybody here wants a Mr. Scary guitar,
Did you get your answer?
Yes.
All right, question over here. Question over here.
Actually, a quick two-parter. Any cool stories from the Bull Boys first tour with Winger and Cinderella? And when you were recruiting Odie, you told him you could get a Ferrari, you never get a Ferrari.
After he just says, tell this guy's questions. Tell me the question. Sounds hard, I swear. You guys don't know what it's like. Wait, hold on a second. In order to be in a band, you asked this to George, to Jerry, you should have asked me. In order to be in a band with George, you have to be prepared for a few things. And one of them is almost dying on a fairly regular basis, whether he's driving. Am I lying?
Way too fast.
Thank you. Or if you're at sound check and he is enamored with a fucking piece of pizza that he's over there, and I'm sound checking, and then I can see him eating the pizza, and then at one point he's looking, he's like, and they're all like, no, and then he walks all the way over, and I fucking shit you the fuck not. He's right here, and I'm fucking playing a beat, and then he shoves his fucking pizza in his mouth, and I'm like, I start going.
He willingly ate that pizza, dude.
And I fucking choke on a sausage. I have to drop the sticks and fucking start walking away, and I'm turning blue, and then he's like, are you really choking? And I go, and he fucking comes from behind me, he does the fucking Heimlich, and a fucking ball flies out of my mouth. Am I lying? So that's what you have to be for the next drummer that gets in the band. Be prepared to die soon. So Bullet Boys, listen, that was a great tour. I was a kid sitting around the wing. There's such great guys. I'm still friends with all of them. You know, just the fact of the matter that I was 20 years old. I'm from Boyle Heights. I wasn't supposed to have a career as a musician. All my friends were getting stabbed or dying or whatever that was happening in my area. So the fact that I got to play music, and I still get to play music after all these years with such fucking great musicians. And that's one thing you guys, I don't think a lot of musicians understand, a lot of fans understand that, you know, there's a lot of bands out here, a lot of musicians that don't really respect this fucking shit. You know, they kind of take it for granted, or they kind of attitude about it like, fucking, it's not as good as it fucking should be, or they just, there's a lot of this shit. And these guys are here, and I'll fucking suck a dick all day. These three guys right here, literally fucking get up and they fucking get to work. There's no bullshitting, there's no, but if it's time to work, it's time to fucking work. Don't be wrong, when it's time to fucking smoke some weed after a show, these guys throw down other beer. I've seen these guys smoke a half a pound of weed in one sitting. I know, not George, the young guys. The guys that can Is it true? Oh, did I tell somebody you smoke weed that shouldn't know that you smoke weed?
His mom is here.
Oh my God, his mom. He's also another very
My mom's holding my stash right now. There's no Boy Scouts on the stage. Come on now.
Listen, again, just but Bullet Boys memories, great memories, but thank you for asking that.
All right.
All my questions are being
Really smart telling the cop over there that this guy's holding.
He's not a cop, he's security. He's security, look at him.
He's the guy that holds the weed for everybody. till they get off the boat.
Just half the band.
Gabriel to security.
Just don't bring it with you on boat because you will not get off in without handcuffs. Question back here.
By the way, great band you put together. You guys are all nice guys. Great. First of all, George, you just did a clinic out at MI, and my son's there. He got to play with you, and he said everybody's asking you, what mode do you use? You go, I woke up in a good mode today. And I thought that was funny and clever. But my question to you is,
What mode do you use?
You still use electric voltage regulators for your heads, correct? To damp down the voltage?
Yeah, my plexis, but I don't have plexis up here.
Okay, right. But the reason is because I got a phone call 6 months ago, 8 months ago. We were playing a club in my town, and it was like, does anybody have one of these? And I had one on my back shelf of the store.
Very.
Yep.
Very
You guys came in and bought it, and I was thinking, with all the heads that are around here, so it's just the plexis you do that with.
Yeah, anything old because they're designed to run at 110
Yeah.
versus 120 plus whatever modern voltage is. But so if you want to bias it, it has to be run at that voltage. But beyond that, my old heads are modified to run at 90 volts. So I absolutely need the Variax. If you were to run, the kind of voltage we normally have here, 122 volts into an amp bias for 90 volts, it would probably blow the output transformer. So there's all that, but I'm not dragging those around with me currently. I've been using Dave Gower modified JCM 800s with the Lynch module in it, and I'm really happy with them.
That was my next question. What are you using to make up for that?
Yeah, Dave Gower is the guy in London who's doing stuff for a lot of big bands, doing great. Dan Gower, I'm sorry. Dan Gower. So, and then with the Lynch module in there, which is a legendary tones module that goes in the V2 preamp tube socket, and it adds just a very organic lift. I don't even know how to describe it. It just makes it like one better. So, yeah. Okay. Enough tech talk.
My brain shuts down.
I remember something though. I remember years ago watching the Game Show Network, right? And the dating game from like the 70s was on. I'm sitting there and they're like, the next contestant is Hollywood, California, and this dude with like big black velvet bell bottoms, and it was Mick Brown.
Yeah.
Right? But then you told me you went to the dating game
It was in the audience.
So, you care to share that story? Because I thought that was pretty fun.
It was terrible. He gave terrible answers. But the thing we found out later was that it's all fixed. Yeah. And the girl's friends is in the front row, and the color of her ribbon indicates which number she should pick, which guy. And the girl told him that after they won the show. And then they never went on the date. They got a bunch of skis or something. I got a question for Gabriel.
Oh, there you go. No.
What the hell, dude?
What happened?
I don't know. What happened?
Everything. No, my brain shuts down when you talk about equipment.
Hey George, does he still have that jacket you bought for him?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You talked it up on the last cruise. I said, boy, it was very nice of George to be very
magnanimous, I think is the word.
Yeah. No, I had to pay for it.
I took it out of his pay.
In other ways. Not in other ways.
Oh, no, in money ways. I docked his pay every week until it's paid back.
Right.
No. Just half of it.
It was the merch money.
It was $900. She paid $450 back. I would have gave it to you, but my wife's like, she's, she is. He got this jacket from this place where we get some of our stage clothes, and he picks the most expensive thing on the menu. It was $900. Everything else we pick is not. and so we get it free, but they show, we can't give you that jacket, it's too expensive. So he gets this jacket, it's not even leather,
It's not even leather, but it's like 20 pounds.
and it has like 400 studs, it's like a Ron Halford kind of thing. And it's way too big for you, and it weighs more than you.
Yeah.
It has its own suitcase.
And
It's all roadie.
it always sets off the
Alarm.
yeah, so I'm like, fuck that. He said, bring it, sell it at the merch
Sell it at the merch booth, dude. I'm gonna sell these fuckers at the merch booth after the
Stage one Lynch bump gear.
Merch covers a lot of costs, right?
Questions back here?
First off, Jaron, New Jersey, represent.
That's right.
What
George,
part?
Hackensack.
Middletown. That's what we call yours. That's what we.
That's where you kick me in the balls?
Hackensack.
They said it's a game from New Jersey. They said it's normal. I'm like, why do you keep kicking me in the
George,
nuts?
you've worked with a lot of artists in recent years. You've worked with a lot of different artists in recent years. Is there anybody that you've not worked with yet that you want to?
Oh boy. That's on par with those questions like, where do you get all your ideas from? Who's your favorite guitar player? Is Don Dokken an asshole? I mean,
George, think about the side projects you've worked on.
everybody I want to work with is dead. Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What?
So who would you have wanted to work with that passed
I
away?
don't want to work with anybody. I mean, I just want to work with my friends.
Would you join any other band right now, like a band that's established? Like,
No, I'm not good at that because I like I said earlier, I don't know any songs and I don't know how to learn songs.
so if the Stones called you, you wouldn't do that gig?
Well, they wouldn't call me, and so being realistic, who would call me? I mean, I've never gotten a call. I mean, I've very rarely in my life ever gotten a call from another bigger band. So let's say what would I potentially be up for at my age? But let's get that old guy that lives in New Mexico, that 70-year-old guy that doesn't know how to play any other songs. Let's get that guy. That's a good idea. But that's not going to happen. But let's say Whitesnake called, right? Okay, just for argument's sake. Okay, we know about Whitesnake, right?
You tell.
Okay, can we tell the inside scoop on this bullshit? I know lots of people that have been in that band who quit my band to join that band and so forth. I won't name their names, but you don't make shit. Okay, so I was offered a bigger band once, a couple times in my life, and I'll tell you what the pay was: $200 a week. This was a while ago, but still, $200 a week to be in a huge major rock band, like world-class rock band. Because the way that they look at some of these people look at it is like, we're giving you a break. Anybody would do this for free. We can get people to pay us to do this gig, so who's going to pay that?
You had a great gig delivering liquor. I'm sure it's a lot more than $200
Oh, yeah,
a
it's
week.
$9.35 an hour plus overtime.
What year
And all the
was
liquor
this
you
at
can drink.
What year was this at $200 a week that they wanted off of?
That was the Aussie gig. And then there was another one I don't want to mention, but it's sort of a contemporary of Dokken, one of those bands in that same pool of bands. And then I know I should point out Whitesnake, but whatever. I know that's also kind of was in that territory. What?
It's only being videoed, so it'll be out there.
It's on YouTube already.
Yeah, stop talking now. 'Cause I'm never going to work in this town again.
No, we got it.
Okay, yeah, we only got a couple more questions.
Two more questions.
All right, so question. All right, this gentleman.
Too late.
So, saw you guys on the pool stage last night.
I support it.
Great show. Cassandra Carlson came out and jammed Mr. Scary with you. She was awesome,
Yeah.
and glad to see her.
Yeah.
How did you guys get hooked up with her?
Jared.
Sharon.
Oh, believe me, you had everything to do with it.
That's her boyfriend. That's a plan.
It's a complete
Actually,
coincidence. Come on.
the only way I got the gig was because George and her jammed a bunch of years ago, and that's the only way he remembered me was the imprint that she left on him. So full circle came around, but yeah, when she came up and sang Street Fight Man with you guys years ago.
I think it was because when Rob DeLuca quit.
Well, that's how I came to play bass, but that's the only reason you knew me pretty much. But yeah, and then you guys, you were doing the second Dirty Shirley record, and Dino couldn't do it, and you asked her to do that, so kind of just led to all these little circlings of things, and
Somehow it became named Cassandra's Awesome.
that's right. So anyways, long story short is her band Paraland has been on tour with us for the final ride, and you know, George loves having the second guitar. Mr. Scary's just so many tracks on that song, you know, and it makes it easier for him to just go off. So we've been having fun doing it.
I think you did a nice job. You guys were great last night.
Yeah. Thank you.
We got one more question.
One more question. All right, right in front.
Right here, you know. Gabriel has an incredible.
Ramones!
Hey, how was that Panama Canal shirt? Did it fit?
Which one?
The Panama Canal shirt I gave you yesterday?
Oh, I haven't worn it yet.
Why?
He's saving it for the.
I brought it all the way from Panama for it.
Fresh laundry.
By the way, where can I get a big ass size iced tea like that one?
This is a drink that they're not allowed to serve on the boat.
Oh.
So I have to have it in a thing that doesn't say Mountain Dew on it. So the only place you can get it is a secret place that I stay. If you find me, I might be able to hook you up. Smuggled this in.
George, I was able to see you at the Monsters of Rock tour in Van Halen. I was actually a ballet partner at the Hotel Sofitel where you stayed. And I have pictures of me opening the doors of a limo, you get in. But the question that I want to ask you is, for that tour, do you have any stories with Eddie that you can share?
X-rated.
We were all doing stupid shit back then. That was the 80s. But yeah, we hung out a lot. And, we come from the same place and everything like that. But yeah, you know, a lot of jamming. And actually, but he was kind and he was really sweet because I had problems with my gear the first couple weeks. And I just used his backup amps. He doesn't use his backup. I should use this, you know, using Eddie's back line. It's pretty sweet. But then after 2 weeks, they're kind of like, okay, dude, you got to get your own amps.
Any recordings of those jam sessions with Eddie?
Yeah, we were just sitting around in the hotel room.
That would have been awesome.
Yeah. Well, he was awesome. I wasn't that awesome.
I got one.
How'd you learn to sing?
Hold on. He's got a question.
He has a question for me.
How'd you learn how to sing so good?
Well, you don't want to know.
No, did you deal with the devil or what? Your voice is insane.
The devil made a deal with me.
It's really got no soul. No, but you said you're a good singer, dude.
Thank you.
I mean, not everybody agrees with me, but most people do.
Well, you better. Tomorrow, 11:45 in the theater, you can hear Gabriel.
Yeah, we gotta give it up.
Do his thing.
Let's hear it for Lynch Pop.